my name is Hannah. Welcome back to my channel, Savage Reads. I am indoors today. It has not stopped raining in quite a while, so I'm glad to be indoors today, but being indoors means that I can give you an embroidery update. So, I don't know if you remember, but I was making a dog and I finished the dog. Did I show you the dog? I don't think I showed you the finished dog. So here's the dog. Little happy boy. He's so cute. But then after the dog, I decided I needed to make something really special for my sister-in-law who just got engaged. And so I made them a special little stitchery. And it may not make sense, but it's special to them. But this is a bowl of macaroni and cheese and hot dogs. And it's in a frame, so you can see the ring light. Huh? But hey, it's done. Macaroni and cheese and hot dogs. So that has been my projects for the last little while, and I am really looking for something new to do. I think my daughter is going to draw me a picture. I'm gonna try stitching that. So we'll see if that happens, but I am looking for more project ideas. But for now, let's jump into the books that I read this last week. On the recommendation of Melinda at A Web of Stories, I picked up Eve, How the Female Body Drove 200 Million Years of Human Evolution by Kat Bohannon. And this is talking about how humans evolved, but from the focus of the female body. And it has so many interesting things. I think this is a part in science that is so overlooked, is that focus on how women contributed and how women are different and things of the sort. It was very interesting looking at some of the key bits of evolution and how that affected women. I learned a lot, picked up a lot of things. I think we need more books like this. So overall, I ended up giving this book about 4 out of 5 stars. Well, I enjoyed the book and I do recommend it. I think there were parts of it that just didn't feel as scientifically accurate or explained things super well. And I think that it's because I have read quite a few other books that have talked about genetics and have talked about evolution, and this book maybe wasn't always getting the things correct based on my prior understanding. I am by no means an expert in any of those fields. I thought there were parts of this that maybe fell into the not as well explained or not as scientifically rigorous as I would hope from a book like this, but I really want to see more research into these areas, and I thought it was super interesting to focus through this lens on the subject. So I do recommend this book. I just would like other books more like this that maybe have a bit more of a rigorous scientific approach. This next book was a recommendation from the channel Towering TBR, and I read Against Technoabilism, Rethinking Who Needs Improvement by Ashley Shue. This book is kind of an introduction to disability, and it is written by someone who is disabled. And so often we read books and we listen to doctors that are talking about improvements that they can make for people who are disabled, and they are not actually talking to people with disabilities. And this book was great. It is short, but gives you a really interesting overview from the perspective of disabled peoples, what kinds of helps they need, what kinds of benefits that they have, what kinds of skills that they have, and it gives you a really interesting perspective that I think is a lot of times neglected, and a really good starting point to understand if you want to advocate for people with disabilities. How do you do that? You talk to people with disabilities. So I thought this was really great, going through different kinds of ways that someone can be disabled and some of the difficulties they might encounter, some of the advantages they may have, and what those people actually want in their lives. And so I really appreciated this book. I thought it was very eye-opening in a lot of different ways, and I really recommend it. It's short, but it's really good. It's worth picking up. It's a very good starter point to get you started on learning about disability activism. Now, with my 9-year-old daughter, we read the A Porcelain trilogy and then Golden Hand by Garth Nix. And we were looking for another book. I had a few that I really wanted to read, but she wanted to pick up a book by the same author. So I picked up Shade's Children by Garth Nix and read it aloud to my daughter. I am glad that I did not purchase this book because this book is definitely too old for my 9-year-old daughter. This book I would recommend to maybe older teens. It is a young adult book in the same way that Hunger Games is a young adult book. I don't quite know if I want to read that to my 9-year-old, but it is aimed towards teenagers. I'm so glad that I was reading it off of my phone. There were bits that I'm like, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna read about that with her. We'll just skip ahead on some of these. There were quite a few talks about sex. There was a lot of violence and mutilation and things of the sort. And so I think you need to be aware of this. This is not a child book, but what we're looking at here is this horrible future where kids are kept and raised until they become teenagers, and then they are cut apart into these weird alien creatures and then made to fight these wars. And so there's a few teenagers who have escaped being chopped up, and they are working with this computer intelligence to take down the system that is oppressing humanity. And this book was fine. I think some of it kind of wrapped up a little too neatly. I had moments where I was really excited to see what happened next. I think it was kind of an inventive system, but honestly, what this book felt like was like I was reading a video game. This book is a video game. Why am I reading this? This book is perfect for a video game. You have all these classifications of these monsters that are made of the chopped up humans, and you have the teenagers that have banded together to try to take them down. Each of them has a unique ability, and they go out on these missions to try to take them down. And you can just see how this would be a video game. This is, yeah, pick which character you want to play, and you can get one extra ability and extra powers and go try to sneak into the enemy's camp and get the information. And it was a video game. And so I think I enjoyed it when I finally made the switch. This is a video game. Then I enjoyed it for what it was, because I don't love it as just a book. But when I think of it as, no, I am reading out loud the script to a video game, I enjoyed the book. So it was a bit of a weird one. I needed something light after this. We have read some long, heavy books together. So that's where the next book comes in. So I have a couple books that I want to read out loud to my daughter, and I've been on hold for them at the library. We'll see. And so I'm scrolling through what ebooks were available on the library app and asking my daughter, would you want to read this? Would you want to read this? And what should we come across but Freckle Juice by Judy Blume? I did not remember this book at all, but I remember reading it as a kid and enjoying it. So I thought, yeah, let's pick it up. What I did not realize is it definitely is for younger readers. I think my 5-year-old would have enjoyed this a lot more than my 9-year-old. My 9-year-old was like, that was it. It took us 20 minutes to read, but it's a cute, solid book. It's good. I just hadn't remembered it well and needed to remember that this is for younger kids and it is short. I mean, it's a fun classic story. We have our main character who wishes he has freckles, and one of his classmates sells him a recipe for freckle juice, and he goes home and mixes all the gross ingredients together and tries to drink it. It's cute and funny, and I had fun reading it. It's been a while since I've read that age range of books, and I need to start reading a few more of those because my 5-year-old is getting into the age when this book would be perfect for her. But my 9-year-old would be happy if we read Hunger Games. Am I going to? No. We are putting that off for a while. But that's the kind of book that she would love right now. And so it's fun to get into these light, short kind of reads. And I do need to read more of those with my 5-year-old because that's perfect. So if you have a favorite Judy Blume book or books that you read around that age, let me know because I think my 5-year-old needs to start reading some of those. That is all the books that I'm going to talk about for this video. I will be back soon with another book wrap up, and I have a couple fun videos that I am hoping to film in the next couple weeks. So hopefully I will get to those. Thanks for watching. If you have any thoughts on these books, leave them in the comments down below, and I will see you all on the next one.